Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show. And in today's video, the topic is the greatest weakness that the Greek freak has that no one really talks about. So that's what I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Also, we're thinking of launching the Dreamerspro platform, which is something that we've been working on for quite some time now. But we need some feedback from you guys, and we need like your votes and all this stuff because we really want to know if it's something that's worthwhile doing. So we're going to link that in the description below. It's on the community section of the YouTube page. So make sure you just click that and go and leave your vote or leave your comment, because whatever comments you have, give us feedback so we know what we need to improve and what we need to work on. So please make sure you go ahead and vote. So let me get straight back into the content. Now, yesterday, I watched the game between the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, if you guys saw my prediction video before, I predicted that Milwaukee would get to the Eastern Conference Finals and ultimately make it to the finals again, just because I saw them last year. I saw when they were playing against the Toronto Raptors with Kawhi Leonard. You guys remember they were able to take a 2-0 lead in that series, but once they put Kawhi Leonard on Giannis Antetokounmpo, the series started to flip, and they put a wall up, and they were really able to, just sort of, send him wherever they wanted him on the floor, because, Giannis is most dangerous in the open court, and when he's able to just slash and get to the rim, that's when he's most effective. But this year, however, seeing that the Milwaukee Bucks had the best record in the league, seeing that Giannis had already sort of saw his shortcomings last season, I assumed that wouldn't be an issue going into these playoffs. And secondly, the fact that Kawhi Leonard is no longer in the Eastern Conference, who's probably the best on-the-ball defender in the NBA, that he would be able to just sort of, not steamroll, but be able to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he wouldn't be impeded as much as he was last season. However, I watched the game last night and I saw some things that really gave me, a cause to pause and really quite frankly concerned me about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, if you look at Giannis, he's already won the Defensive Player of the Year award already this season. He's already won the regular season. He's already won a regular season MVP award. And if you look at his numbers in the regular season this season, they were amazing. The guy averaged 29.5 points a game, 13.6 rebounds a game, and 5.6 assists. He's most likely going to be, the regular season MVP as well, winning the Defensive Player and the MVP award at the same year. Something I think the last person to pull off something like that was Michael Jordan. So the guy, had a fantastic season. And one of the things that I always liked about Giannis Antetokounmpo was that the guy was always dedicated, to becoming a better basketball player. You could see it in his numbers every single year. If we go back to the beginning of his career in 2013, the guy averaged 6.8 points. The following season, in 2014-2015 season, he averaged 12.7. Then the next season, he averaged 16.9. Then the next season, he averaged 22.9. Then in 2017-2018, the guy averaged, what did he average? 26.9. Then in 2018-2019, he averaged 27.7. And in this season, he pretty much averaged 29.5. So he moved his career average all the way up to, 20 points and 8.9 rebounds, because Giannis has consistently gotten better year over year. I like the way he approaches basketball. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He's all about business, which is something I appreciate, because you can tell he really takes his craft seriously. And I have no knocks against Giannis Antetokounmpo. But, however, there's some glaring weaknesses that he has that he needs to improve in order for him to really start winning championships. Now, no player is perfect. There's some that are very, very good, like Kawhi Leonard, who basically has no weaknesses in his game. But no one is perfect. However, Giannis at this level, one may say, listen, the guy's already an MVP winner. He's so young. What are you holding against the guy? What do you expect from him? He's only 25 years old. But at the same time, for him to get where he wants to go, he really needs to work on these things. As I said before, Giannis is unstoppable in the open court. That's where he's most dangerous, when he's playing against a defense that's not set. You see the way he can slash to the rim. He can get, he can get from half court to the rim in probably 3-4 strides. He's already at the rim. He's super tall. He's super athletic. He has a lot of skill for the way that he plays. You can't average 29 points a game, damn near 30 points a game in a season, and not know how to play basketball. So the guy knows how to play basketball. However, he struggles against teams that have great transition defense. And if you watch the game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat are amazing when it comes to transition defense. They really get back on defense, and they limit his opportunities to attack. Now, granted, Miami took that first game, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win the series. However, what really alarmed me was that these are the same weaknesses that Giannis had last season. Now, I thought that he would be able to go further in the playoffs without without too many headaches, because, as I said, Kawhi left. But Miami has a very good defensive team, and they essentially put up a wall against this guy. And they said, either you're going to beat us hitting jump shots, or you're going to pass the ball to someone else. And if they take the ball out of Giannis's hand, and he's constantly dribbling through a crowd, he's going to have turnovers. If you watch that game, late in the game, he had some turnovers, unforced errors, because they were just suffocating him. And for me, as an MVP of the league, potentially a back-to-back MVP, you have to be a little bit more dynamic on the offensive end. You need to be able to, drive and pull up and hit the pull-up jump shot. That is the most unguardable shot in the entire NBA, is a pull-up jump shot. And it's something that Kawhi Leonard has. It's something that Kevin Durant has. It's something that Kyrie Irving has. This is what makes these guys so difficult to defend, and Giannis doesn't have that. If you look at Giannis, if you take away the drive, the question I always ask myself is, what is his go-to move? If I ask you guys in the comment section to leave, to leave an answer on that, please. In fact, if you know what Giannis's go-to move is, please leave that in the comment section, because I don't know what it is. And if you don't have a go-to move, then teams can really neutralize you quite easily, because they know what they can pretty much take everything away from you. Another issue with Giannis is his free throw shooting. Because Giannis does not shoot a good percentage from the free throw line, if we look at his playoff numbers, granted, he's averaging 28.5 points a game. He's shooting 58% from the field, which is amazing. He's shooting 38% from the three, but, I don't know how many three-pointers he's actually made, but fine, he's shooting 38% from the three. But he's shooting 55.8% from the free throw line. That can't happen. I mean, you just cannot shoot that poorly from the free throw line, because what happens is you become a liability on the court in late game situations. If you watch the game yesterday, Giannis was missing some key free throws. I mean, with 2 minutes left to go, you can't be up there shooting 50% from the field, from the free throw line, because at that point, you're hurting your team. You're not doing your team any good by missing free throws. Now, granted, some can say, well, Shaquille O'Neal he missed 50% of his free throws, but Shaq is a 3-time champion, and Shaq will be the first one to tell you, I made them when they counted. But in this case, Giannis not being able to hit free throws, it puts Budenholzer in a pretty difficult situation, because then he has to ask himself, am I going to keep this guy on the floor in late game situations? And if you need to ask that question about a regular season league MVP, that's a pretty damning question to ask. I love Giannis. Really, I really, really like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he needs to be able to hit free throws at a higher rate. We listen to Skip Bayless. Some people make fun of him and say, Skip Bayless is making his arguments about free throws, but now you see, if you can't hit free throws, you're hurting your team. If you look at people like Kawhi and others, these guys are shooting in the mid 80s, high 80s. I mean, so you can keep these guys on the floor, but Giannis, he just can't make, his free throws, which is something that hurts the team. And the fact that he can't hit jump shots on a consistent basis, I'm not talking about three-pointers. I'm talking about a pull-up jump shot in the mid-range where you become a much more dynamic offensive player. He's really hurting his team. And Miami is a great defensive team. When I did my playoff brackets, I didn't have them going against the Milwaukee Bucks. I had Indiana winning that series, in which case I was wrong, because they ended up getting swept. But Miami is a no-joke team. And they pretty much have a recipe for success against Giannis, man. And they're going to force him to hit some open jump shots and make his free throws. They're going to foul him. They're going to try not to foul him, but if they do foul him, they're going to send him to the free throw line. And he's going to have to hit those free throws. If it's a close game, they can do the hacka Giannis, like they used to do with the hacka Shaq. And if you're up there shooting 50% from the free throw line, you're going to really hurt your team. So, this is something that really concerns me. Now, he's a great player. Giannis has improved his game in a myriad of ways. He's gotten better in different facets, obviously with the strength and all these other things. But these are some key weaknesses that Giannis is going to have to find a way to overcome this playoffs in order for him to actually get over the hump and win a championship. Sometimes it's not just about the help around you. Sometimes it's, are you making the most of your abilities that you have? And for me, I'm not really sure if Giannis Antetokounmpo is a great shooter. So the question I have for you guys is quite simple. Do you agree with me with some of these things that I'm saying? Do you think Giannis is a good enough shooter for them to win a championship? I mean, I'm talking about a shooter. I'm talking about a jump shooter and a free throw shooter. So that's what I want to know from you guys. So whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to go and vote on the poll. We're going to have that in the link in the description below. So please leave your vote and your comments on that for the premium platform that we're thinking about launching. So please, your feedback is greatly appreciated if you would go do that. And also don't forget, if you're interested in checking this show out on the Dreamerspro Podcast, the link is in the description below. It's on Spotify. So once again, thank you guys for your attention. This is Charles here, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace.